All right, welcome back to my channel. So today is weekly forecast on trade I'll be looking out for to trade next week. So I've analyzed all these pairs and I only find opportunity in these 8 pairs. So I'll be walking you guys through on my thought process on what I'm looking out for. So first of all, we're starting off with NZD-CHF. So NZD-CHF is a trade I'll be holding for the past 2 weeks. So next week will make it 3 good weeks that it has been consolidating around this support and resistance zone. So I'm still holding to know if it will break here and create a new higher high or take me out on my stop loss. So that is that on this. Weekly is bullish, daily is you see daily is still bullish, and weekly also is still bullish. So we are in between this higher high and this higher low. So whatever market does here, it's called market structure. So moving on to Euro NZD. Euro NZD was also part of my watch list last week, so I was looking for sales. So now we are now bullish. We're now bullish on the weekly time frame. So I'll be looking to buy to continue the bullish momentum. So and the weekly is on a higher high, but if we go down to the daily, you see that the daily is also on a higher high. So I'm looking for a very short 1 to 2 buy from here. So for the daily to retrace back, give me rejection candle, then I'll just take the trade up. And you can see this is a very strong area of interest. So whenever we are under, we are pushing down. Whenever we are under, we're pushing down. Serve as resistance, and this is another resistance. So now we are up. So I'm anticipating for a pullback, rejection, and we take the trade up. So 4 hour also is also bullish. So if this 4 hour retrace back, it will be retracing the EMA. To be retracing the EMA. To be retracing the EMA. Don't know why that 2 is not working. So we're retracing the EMA and some other things, which is a very good trade. A quick 1:2. So moving on to AUD/JPY. So AUD/JPY, yeah, I'm looking for a sell. You can see we are bearish on the daily time, on the weekly time frame. So let me, so that you see. So this is how I see the market structure: higher high, higher low, higher high. This is lower low, and this is potential lower high, retesting this previous structure point. So I'm anticipating a sell down to this place here. So but if we go down to the daily time frame, I'll be very selective on this week pair, because this week is kind of a very interesting week. So if we go down to the daily time frame, you see that the daily time frame, I was actually looking to sell this trade last week, but price violated the area of interest, came back, retested, and gave a hammer, more like a pin bar, So you see, whenever we are up, we are pushing up, we serve as resistance. Whenever we are down, we're pushing down, we serve as what? As whenever we are up, we serve as support. Whenever we are down, we serve as resistance. So right now we are down, and price gave this pin bar. So I'm anticipating for this pin bar to get filled to create a new lower low. So that's what I'm anticipating for. But if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour time frame is also bullish. But for me to be interested in this trade, I'll need this break of this zone, retest of this zone, and it will be retesting EMA also before I enter this trade. Otherwise, I will just leave it. So moving on to Euro AUD. So Euro AUD, we are bullish. We are bullish on the weekly time frame, and no valid area of interest here. So moving on to the daily time frame. If we go down to the daily time frame, you see that we kind of have head and shoulder and kind of break and retest of the neckline of the head and shoulder. You see, this is higher high, this is higher low, and this is a valid area of interest, serve as resistance, support. And if you move down, you see back there, and this is also another area of interest. So a little turn off I have is this zone here that is in between here. There's a little turn off I have. So, and but if you check very well, you see that we have inverted head and shoulder, left head, this is right shoulder, you have the break, and we come back to retest the neckline, and this is a bullish candle, more like a doji, but not fully. But this is a bullish candle, but it's a bullish rejection candle from this area of interest, so anticipating the buy. So but this place, if I want to take this buy now, my first TP is supposed to be here, which it's not. Pick 1:2. Okay, not bad. So going to the 4-hour time frame, let's up. Okay, the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame, this is a round psychological level, and if price is coming back to retest it, you see, maybe if I enter here now, you see that my risk reward, or maybe my stop loss will be below here. You see that my risk reward will not worth it. So I'll make a decision. I'll see what the market will do. So I'll make a decision on what to do. So that is that. But my idea, if I should enter this trade here, then my TP is supposed to be the next structure point, and one like to create a new higher high. So this is where I'm supposed to enter and get out. But because of this place, I'm a bit conservative about the zone. So moving on, and the 3 time frame, weekly, daily, and 4-hour are all heading up. So approximately it should be heading up. I'm not that certain, but just following my trading plan. So let's see what that will give us next week. So moving on to CAD JPY on the weekly time frame, we are bearish on the weekly time frame. So this coming week now, I'll be waiting for a week retest, just a week retest like this to retest here. So once it retests here, to now have the push to the downside, probably, I don't know. So but if we go down to the daily time frame will be candle pulling back to this place. to retest here, and once it's here it will also retest the EMA and some other stuff to push the trade down for a quick 1:2 also as well. Yeah, very short sell 1:2 here. So quick 1:2. So the 4 hour is also bearish. The 4 hour is also bearish, but once the 4 hour is pulling back, it will turn bullish, and which it doesn't really matter because I already have the weekly and the daily bearish. So that alone has already set this trade up to be a potential win. So moving on to USD CHF. So USD CHF on the weekly time frame, we are bullish on the weekly time frame, you see. So price has been around this historical low. So right now it seems it has decided to push up and broke above this EMA. So I'm waiting for a weak retest here to take the trade up. So if I'm getting a weak retest here on the daily time frame, we'll have candle will pull back here, reject here, give me an entry signal on the lower time frame and the daily rejection candle. Then I'll take the trade for a quick 1:2 also here. And if you check the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame is also bullish. So if 4 hour time frame is coming down here, it also retests the EMA and some other stuff, which is added confluence to take the trade up. So Euro GBP was a trade that took not quite long, so but it's just part of my watch list. So let me just see what it will do. Although this is a weekly area of interest and price is not yet there, but we have a kind of a weak just a little rejection. So on the daily time frame, you have a pullback to that place. So I'm anticipating a continuous sell to create a new lower low. So and if you check that, this area of interest, that is the weekly area of interest, is also a strong area of interest on the daily. You see serve as resistance, support, resistance. If you move back, you see it supports, resistance, kind of not really yeah. If you move back, you see. So I'm just waiting for more rejection to see if I'll take the trade. So last but not the least, for next week we have Euro USD. On the weekly time frame, we are bearish on the weekly time frame. So this week I'm waiting for a weak retest, a weak pullback here to continue the sell to create a new lower low. So but if we go down to the daily time frame, you see that the daily time frame is bearish. So I'm waiting for a pullback here to give me rejection, then I'll take the trade down to this place, a very short sell, just to create a new lower low on the weekly time frame. But if we move down to the 4 hour time frame, see that the 4 hour time frame is also bearish, and this is a very strong zone. Whenever we are here, we are rejecting up, serving our support. So if we move that back down, you see a very strong zone, and whenever we are under, we come back to retest it to have the push down. So I'm anticipating same thing here. You can see you already have engulfing 4 hour candle and more like slow down here, so you can just have the push here, and once it gets to this place, it also rejects the EMA and some other stuff, more confluence to take the trade down. So that is that on this week. Fingers crossed. Let's see what the markets will do this week. So thank you very much, and see you guys in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and share so more people learn from the analysis and just keep up with market. So thank you very much, and see you guys.